Video 2, it's all about stress, chronic disease, and overthinking. If you're anybody who wants to be healthy in life ever, then you got to do these. Exercise. So your favorite father, the father of modern medicine, Hippocrates, said if you're in a bad mood, go for a walk. If you're still in a bad mood, go for another walk. He basically put a lot of emphasis on walking. Why? Only because it lowers your risk of cardiovascular disease, cancer, diabetes, and a myriad of other things. I'm just talking about the basics of exercise. If you can't do anything else, if you don't feel up to it, who cares? Go for a walk. You can do something small. Yoga, stretching, simple. Like you got to stretch. I think it's roughly the age of 35 where you have to actually induce the lubrication that's in your spine, in your joints. It's automatically induced before that. Roughly the age of 35, you have to induce that, which means you have to flex, you have to stretch. If you're not doing that, you're looking for some arthritis. You know what I mean? You're looking for that sweet time arthritis later on in life. Be careful if you have chronic disease on this one, but I would say we need to stress our bodies, and a lot of experts out there. I'm, again, just regurgitating what all the experts are saying, what a lot of smart folk are saying. Stress your body. How do you stress your body? Well, intense. There's HIIT workouts, there's intense exercise, interval training. One good way is sauna. If you have sauna use, guys, amazing. 2 to 3 times a week, 23% reduction in all-cause mortality. If you haven't heard this, I was blown away by it. 4 to 7 times a week, 40% reduction in all-cause mortality. So if you have access to a sauna, most people don't. I know that's not an easy thing. It's not like a lot of people are flocking to a group sauna right now with coronavirus going around, because that would be the perfect way to pick it up. Idea, if you want the coronavirus, get a bunch of people together, random strangers, and talk them into going into a sauna with you. Especially with chronic disease, every day do a piece of exercise. It doesn't matter if you need to touch your toes, and no, exercising is not walking to the fridge. Okay. Next up, the big D. And I don't mean Dallas or the other thing, I mean diet. Why do I mention diet? It's worth mentioning just because, guys, you got to cut out sugars, processed foods, unhealthy fats. You just have to. For a myriad of reasons, they're horrible for your body. If you have chronic disease, they affect your mind and body. So cut them out. The other culprits are gluten, dairy, industrial seed oils, like canola, cottonseed. There's a million industrial seed oils to stay away from. Please stay away from them. You're pretty much safe if you're avocado, coconut, extra virgin olive oil. Stay with those healthy fats. But processed foods, basically, you go to the supermarket, the aisles are pretty much bad for you. The periphery is the good stuff, the whole fresh foods. There's a reason why it's designed like that. It takes one to get to the other, so you're buying up. We won't go into that. Gluten, dairy, for chronic disease, you don't know what's affecting you, and those are both culprits. So if you're allergic to something and you keep feeding your body that something, you're not going to get any better. And with cancer, that kind of defeats the purpose, right? We want to put everything healthy into our body so we can beat these unhealthy poisons that they're giving us to take out these bad cells, right? Sleep. That's the next thing. Get your sleep. Especially with chronic disease, you need healthy sleep. What sleep does is basically it's the housekeeping for your brain to sweep out all the toxins. And it's like hitting a refresh button. You get your sleep, it refreshes, it flushes your brain of the toxins. You wake up feeling healthy, feeling better. It's restorative. It basically helps all the processes. And research has come out where it talks about memory, right? It solidifies memory. So when you learn a piece of information, you're more likely to retain it if you sleep after, like say you memorize something before bed, and waking up. So it helps the process of memory. Neurodegenerative diseases, Alzheimer's and ALS and these scary things, that's what happens when people don't get adequate sleep over a period of time. It's a toxic buildup in the brain. So get your sleep. Okay, nutrition. Why I separate diet and nutrition is because a lot of people think of diet as, you know, drinking Diet Coke instead of regular Coke, or just cutting out certain foods, being a little healthier. But to me, nutrition is nutrients, supplements, vitamins. And I'm going to harp on this, but again, if you can get a functional medicine team, or if your doctor will do it, make sure you're absorbing all the vitamins and minerals you're taking in. Hopefully you are taking them in whatever form. In food form is the best, but there are things we need to supplement also. I'm not a nutritionist. I've done a lot of research, but I might go into that in a different video. Mental diet. I was telepathically sending you health. I don't know if that got through the camera. So I don't know if you guys have heard of the gut-brain axis, the gut-brain axis. Brain, gut, they talk to one another through vagus nerve. People call it the vagus nerve. It's not spelled like that. I'm not sure why. Got to research that one. So basically what you put in, you get out. What you put in affects you. You wouldn't put sugar in your gas tank. Car's not going to like it. All right? And your operating system is not going to like it if you keep putting sugar in your body. That's why sugar is linked to depression, anxiety, all kinds of psychiatric disorders. So yes, what you put in your body, what you eat, is affecting your mind. That's why this video is all about stress and shouldering that stress, but I'm talking a lot about diet, because a lot of times these things, for instance, what was it, the gut-brain axis? Oh, they found out that an unhealthy gut, bad bacteria, you know, like in my case, I have SIBO, that has affected me mentally. And they've scientifically proven that people can suffer PTSD-like symptoms without having a prior traumatic stress event happen, just by the gut being out of whack. In layman's terms, the gut being out of whack. So if you're feeding yourself gluten, if you have leaky gut syndrome, you know, all of this is like this kind of master operator in your gut sending signals to your brain as to how to feel. So guys, feed yourself healthy food so you can be mentally stable. It might be something as simple as diet that puts you back into a good frame of mind. What you put in is what you get out. I had a great conversation with a friend recently, and he reminded me of, you know, just what we're surrounding ourselves with. What are we putting into our systems? What are we listening to on a daily basis? Who are we talking to? So what do you listen to? Podcasts? What kind of music? What conversations are you having? What's like the radio going on all day? If you're spinning webs on like CNN or Fox or one of the like extreme news sources, what is that doing to you? What is that doing to your stress levels? Be mindful of that. This video is about, you know, those with stress from chronic disease, and the knowledge that you have an extra weight on you. You're shouldering that weight. But it's also for people that just overthink. They want to get out of their heads. They want to jump to something. And that's why I say, you know, exercise, diet, sleep, nutrition can be all it takes. You know, maybe you will get in a healthy frame of mind if you clean those things up. If you clean the brain up, you're getting good sleep, you clear out those toxins, good housekeeping, right? It's all good housekeeping. We're the house. Let's clean our house. Also, side note, they say clutter in the mind is clutter in the room. So try cleaning your room. Just saying. How do you talk to yourself? Do you like the motivational, hardcore, personal trainer approach? You know, get out there and get this shit done. You do this shit, no. Which might be good. Or you like the more encouraging, the soft. Like to ease into it. You might want to think of a teacher like that too. How do you like your teachers? Motivational, hardcore, kick in the pants teachers, I guess I could call them kick in the pants, versus encouragement, gentle, easing. And that will dictate how you talk to yourself. Your daddy said, that which is used develops, that which is not used wastes away. I think it's a good quote to end on, because if we're not practicing these things, they're like muscles. Mental health too, although it's not as focused on as body, is like a muscle. You know, you wouldn't see a bodybuilder take, you know, 3 weeks off and then go in and start lifting the heaviest weights possible, because some stuff is atrophied. That's what happens mentally. If we're not working on things, they atrophy. So keep it going. Build up that mental fortitude. That's what I'm trying to do every day through this chronic disease, where I wake up and I don't know how I'm going to feel. One day to the next, I might feel horrible. I might feel like I'm getting sick, and I might not. And I just don't know. I'm on the gray scale of like a 3 and a 7, or a 2 and a 4. I bounce around, even from hour to hour sometimes. So Anyway, stay upbeat, stay optimistic, live in the gray, take your exercise, diet, sleep, mental diet, nutrition, get tested, please. Anyway, guys, you are the cure. I don't know what that was. That's better. You are the cure. Stay with it. I'll be here for you. I'm going to think of videos once a week, and I'll start getting more specific. These are kind of broad generalizations. Almost forgot. Hey, if you like, subscribe, share, do that thing. But also, I want to hear comments. Like if you have any suggestions or comments or something you'd like to learn more about. If you dislike something, if you hate something, I'm good with that. What do you want to see for another video? That might inspire me to make another video, depending on what you want. And I want to steer this thing around what the audience wants. I just don't want to bark things if they're not being received. So, all right, guys. Take care. I'm out. Next. What's next? Let me check my list for you real quick. For you. For me, basically. I did mental diet. Yeah. Podcasts, friends, conversations. Yep. Inner coach. Might be worth mentioning.